Today, a powerful truth is being revealed to you. Your angel has brought an urgent message about the person who holds your heart, the one who seems distant, unreachable, almost impenetrable. Have you ever felt the pain of being misunderstood, of seeing someone you love being portrayed in a way that doesn't align with reality? Perhaps you've wondered, why does she pull away? Why does she act like she doesn't care? But what if I told you that all of this is part of something bigger, something you haven't yet realized? Get ready, because what comes next will change the way you see this person and your own life. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. You're standing before someone who carries an unshakable authenticity, a person who lives according to her own truth, without filters or disguises. No matter the circumstance, she is true to herself, without compromise. Her emotions are intense, deep, and there's no way to hide them. When something affects her, the reaction comes with force, almost like a natural reflex, leaving no room for deliberation or hesitation. Her emotions are always on the surface, ready to emerge at any moment, and this is reflected in her actions and words. She is the kind of person who, when she feels the need to express something, does so without beating around the bush. There's no room for half-truths or softening her words. She says what she thinks and feels, no matter who it hurts. To her, things are what they are, and there's no reason to disguise reality or make it more palatable for others. This behavior, while difficult for some to handle, is the purest way of living her truth. And for her, honesty is a non-negotiable value, even if it means facing resistance or displeasing those around her. She is not concerned with pleasing or being accepted. She doesn't shape her actions to fit others' expectations, nor does she care about making others comfortable. This is not out of disrespect or lack of consideration, but rather a clear expression of her integrity. She simply is, without adapting or diluting herself to fit the molds that society or those around her might expect. This person does not seek approval. She doesn't yield to the pressure to conform in order to be accepted, and this strength of character is what defines her. She lives her truth with an intensity that may be unsettling for some, but for her, it's simply the only way to exist. For her, there is no other way to live than being genuinely true to what she believes and feels, even if it means distancing herself from those who cannot handle that truth. It's hard to ignore the intensity of this person. She doesn't hesitate to speak her mind, even if it seems harsh or insensitive. Her words are sharp, direct, and rarely filtered before being spoken. This often makes her seem like someone difficult to deal with. There's no beating around the bush in her communication, and this can make those around her feel uncomfortable or even hurt. There is an almost palpable force in her energy, a presence that doesn't go unnoticed, but that can also push away those who prefer softer interactions. Her tendency to speak whatever comes to mind, without considering the impact her words might have, creates an environment where misunderstandings and conflicts are frequent. People who know her may feel they need to walk on eggshells around her, or simply choose to distance themselves to avoid confrontations. It's not that she seeks to cause problems deliberately, but her direct and often blunt way of being can create that impression. There's also a sad side to this story. This behavior ends up isolating her from others, as not everyone is willing or prepared to handle this intensity. She can be seen as someone who brings complications, which can result in her having very few people truly close to her. This isolation isn't necessarily something she desires, but it's a natural consequence of her way of expressing herself. The truth is that, in many cases, she can be excessively harsh. Her words and actions can hurt others in ways that leave deep scars. This creates an environment where it's difficult to know how to act or what to expect from her, generating constant tension. If you've ever felt hurt by something she said or did, it's understandable. It may seem like she's trying to push you away, that there's a barrier between you that prevents a genuine connection. However, this barrier is not as simple as it seems. It appears to be a protection that this person has built over time, based on experiences of pain and disappointment. There's a deep fear of being hurt, of being vulnerable, that makes her adopt this defensive stance. It's a way to protect herself, to push others away before they can hurt her. And this protection often manifests as a difficult personality, a hardness that is more of a shield than a weapon. Deep down, there is a complexity that not everyone can see. Behind this rigid facade is someone who also feels, who cares, but who has difficulty showing it. This person lives in a state of constant alert, ready to push away anyone who might pose a threat to her fragile emotional balance. It's as if she's trapped in a cycle of self-sabotage, where the fear of ruining something good leads her to destroy it before it can destroy her. This person carries a deep wound, a pain that accompanies her throughout her journey. This pain comes from the constant fear of being abandoned again, a fear that shapes every step she takes, every word she speaks, every gesture she makes. It's a fear so overwhelming that, in her mind, it's safer to push people away before they decide to leave on their own. This distancing behavior is not out of malice, but a desperate attempt to protect her heart from another disappointment, from another wound. She has a habit of sabotaging relationships, especially when she realizes that someone is approaching her sincerely and kindly. It's not that she doesn't want this closeness, but the fear is so great that, in trying to avoid the pain of being left, she ends up creating a situation where pain is inevitable. This self-sabotage is a reflection of her past experiences, of so many times she has been hurt, and now, unconsciously, she believes it's better to be alone than to risk being hurt again. This cycle of self-sabotage and loneliness is a painful pattern, but it's what she knows, it's what's familiar to her. She's stuck in this cycle, even if it means neglecting herself. The pain of the past is so present in her life that she ends up abandoning herself, not taking care of her health, not eating properly, sacrificing her nights of sleep. There's an energy of self-neglect that permeates her life, especially when she feels that someone is trying to get close with good intentions. It's as if she believes she doesn't deserve that care, that affection, and therefore isolates herself even more. But unlike many who cannot see beyond the surface, you see who she truly is. You don't turn away like others who prefer to judge and protect themselves. You understand that behind this behavior, which many label as toxic, there is a deeply wounded person. Someone who is constantly battling her own fears, her own insecurities. You don't judge her, because you see the pain she carries, and that makes her special to you. Your ability to see beyond her actions, to perceive her vulnerability, is what makes all the difference. You understand that she is not just a difficult person, but someone who has been hurt so many times that she now lives in a constant state of defense. What she needs is not more judgment or criticism, but someone who sees her for who she really is, someone who understands her and is willing to offer the care and understanding she so desperately needs, but is so afraid to accept. You know that behind all the defenses she has built, there is someone who just wants to be loved and understood. It's incredible how, even when this person tries to confuse or push you away, you can see through her intentions. She may think she's being clever, but in reality, she has no idea how to act when she's in your presence. And do you know why? Because you have a rare, almost magical ability to perceive the true needs and pains of those around you. Not everyone understands this, and certainly not this person, who may have never felt true love or received words of encouragement that really touch the soul. Part of your special gift is precisely there. You were placed in the lives of some people to show them what unconditional love is. Yes, you have this important role, to be a living example of the transformative power of this love. And this happens in the moments when these people need it most, when the emotional void becomes more evident, and they lose themselves in the darkness of their own fears. The connection you have with this person is something very deep. Even though she continues trying to push you away, it's as if she's afraid to allow herself to feel what she really wants. And this isn't out of malice. The truth is, she doesn't know how to deal with your energy, which is pure and full of light. There's something sad about this because she pulls away abruptly, violently, saying things that hurt. She acts impulsively, almost as if she's in a constant battle with her own inner demons. This person carries a lot of intensity within herself, especially when she's sabotaging her own relationships. She ends up doing things that hurt, something so impactful that it really drives people away, creating a wall of emotional distance. Most people simply give up, walk away, because they can't deal with this intensity, with these extreme reactions. But you know, you're different. You see beyond the cruel words and impulsive actions. You understand that this isn't who she really is. You see that these actions are the result of a life marked by pain, fears, and a lack of understanding. Instead of judging her, you understand her. And that's where your strength lies. You know that behind all this behavior, there is a wounded soul, a person who needs love, even if she doesn't know how to accept it. This person, unfortunately, seems trapped in a painful cycle of self-sabotage, where disconnection from the world around her becomes an almost instinctive defense. What stands out is that, no matter how much you try, showing care, love, and offering that sincere support, everything you seem to do is interpreted by her as a threat. Instead of opening up to the affection you offer, she closes herself off even more, starts arguments without apparent reason, or worse, begins to distance herself in a way that leaves you feeling lost, not understanding what went wrong. It's painful because you know you're doing everything you can to help, but each of your attempts seems to trigger even more barriers from her. In extreme situations, this person may even cut off contact completely, leaving you in the dark, confused, without any clue as to what caused such a sudden departure. This behavior, deep down, is a direct response to the deep trauma she carries. These are invisible scars, marks of past abandonments, that make her react this way, even without realizing it. You, with your sensitivity, can see beyond the harsh words and the distancing. You understand that this automatic reaction is the result of an old pain that is deeply ingrained in her soul and manifests intensely whenever she feels she might be abandoned again. With you, it seems she tries even harder to maintain that distance, as if testing the limits of your patience, or perhaps unconsciously, trying to prove to herself that no one stays forever. It's a painful paradox. The more you try to get closer, the more she seems to find ways to distance herself, to end any kind of connection you might have. It's very possible that this person simply doesn't know how to deal with you, and that deeply intimidates her because of the intense and genuine way you offer your love. It's as if, no matter what she does or says, you are always there, ready to respond with understanding and a willingness to forgive. And that might be completely new to her, something she has never experienced before. Maybe that's why she feels so lost and confused, because she's not used to receiving this kind of genuine affection that doesn't demand anything in return. This connection between you seems to be deeper than usual, something that goes beyond daily, trivial interactions. It could be a true soul connection, something rare and hard to explain. And this person might be someone you've known for a long time, maybe even a family member. But even being someone so close, you might wonder why it seems like this person always pulls away when she most needs love. And, in a way, it seems like this is part of your path. It seems like God has given you this mission to demonstrate unconditional love, especially to those who need it most, and at the same time, have the hardest time accepting it. There's something in you, a healing energy, a capacity to understand people in a deep way, that goes beyond what is said or done. This sensitivity is rare and could lead you to be an excellent therapist, someone who works to take care of others' mental health, whether as a psychologist, psychiatrist, or even in nursing or medicine. It's as if your role in the world is to help heal the emotional and spiritual wounds of those around you, without expecting anything in return, simply because you feel that this is your mission. You have a presence that goes beyond the ordinary, that deeply resonates with those around you. There is in you a unique energy, an empathetic force that transforms the lives of people simply by being close to them. It's as if your essence is infused with love and compassion, and the vibration that emanates from you touches whoever is nearby. However, not everyone is prepared or willing to accept this wave of kindness that you naturally offer. Sometimes, the intensity of your affection can confuse or even frighten, causing some people to try to distance themselves from you, as if they wanted to protect themselves from the immense goodness you bring with you. This person, in particular, seems to have more difficulty dealing with this loving energy. She may have tried to pull away, hiding from this light that to you is so natural and true. However, while she pushes others away, to you, she is different. While others fear her, you don't feel that fear. You can see beyond the barriers and masks that this person has built over time. Where most see someone threatening, you see a soul in need of love and acceptance. To you, she is not someone to be feared, but rather someone who deserves to be loved exactly as she is. You accept her, with all her complexities, without judgment, without demanding anything in return. And it is this ability to love without reservations, to embrace the person for who she truly is, that makes your presence so special and transformative. This person who has been stirring your emotions could truly be a storm in your emotional life. It's as if she knows exactly where to hit to hurt you. The words she hurls, the lies she invents, all seem to be weapons to cause pain. And don't think it's something personal just with you, she acts this way with everyone around her. But there's one detail. You are different. You have a keen perception, a sensitivity that allows you to see beyond the mask she wears. You see the pain she tries to hide, and even when she hurts you, you can respond with an empathy that few would have. She lives in a cycle of self-sabotage, always building walls around herself as if she's afraid to truly surrender. It's possible that she even tries to betray you, not out of a lack of feeling, but because she's so lost and confused that she doesn't know how to deal with what she feels. Deep down, she's afraid that if she lets her guard down, she will end up getting hurt once again. But what unsettles her most is the fact that, despite everything, you remain there, loving her, understanding her. This leaves her feeling disoriented because she never imagined that someone could love her so completely and unconditionally. It's a confusing situation for her. On one hand, she has always wanted to find someone who understands her, who loves her truly, without reservations. And now that she has found it, she doesn't know what to do. It's as if the love you offer is so powerful and transformative that she simply cannot process it. This leaves her feeling lost, as if she's facing something she's always wanted, but at the same time, it scares her. And that's what makes your love so special. You don't love her despite her flaws, but precisely because you understand them and accept who she really is. You can see beyond the pain, beyond the confusion, and that makes all the difference. That's why, in the midst of all this storm, you remain steady, offering a stability that she cannot find in anyone else. And that's the greatest proof of your love, something she may have never experienced before. Deep down, this person knows that you are different. She feels that you see her in a way no one else can. And this, even if she cannot express it, is what makes her feel so attracted and at the same time so afraid. Because the love you offer is not just about what she appears to be, but about who she really is, and that's something that deep down we all desire, but few have the luck to find. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wants the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your decision may be. Type, "I know this person can be better, but I need to take care of myself first" to claim this message and the blessings contained in it for you. Leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's lift each other up and create waves of good energy together. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe right now and stay tuned for the important message that awaits you in the next video. May God and the universe light your path with peace, love, and faith. Amen.